people want to hear them. People don't want to accept them, but they want to hear them.
Okay, Kron, you
Oh.
can.
I
Oops.
can what?
Hello. Okay, so what? Episode 2, 3, 2 point.
I think I'm pretty sure it's free
Okay.
because it was like 1.5.
Yeah, something like that. We also have Viking here.
Go for a piss or you'll sit down.
Okay.
And he's gone.
All right.
Okay, it's episode 3. Yeah.
Episode 3. Lots to talk about, actually.
Lot of shit happened.
Yeah.
I have once
Hold on.
again. I didn't want to win really the team championship, but I did. The driver. Sorry, I don't really care about the drivers championship. I like the reverse of everyone. Brink is muted.
Hello. Okay, sorry. So, it's been a while since we've last done this. Lots
Like
has
a month.
changed. We have
Were you guys able to hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Calling from the MRI building. The
Hello.
MRI Raceway. It's me, Mr. Racing Instant.
Hello, Mr. Racing Incident.
Oh God, it's him.
It's this guy.
In my office. What are we talking about on this show then?
Okay, so
Bastards.
we have a couple things. So
Am I allowed to swear? You guys
I don't know.
Not in the first 3 minutes or something.
Yeah, something like that. I don't think I'm monetized. So I don't think it matters.
Hey, calling from downstairs in the unfamous lounge at the MRI office is Galaxel.
Goodbye.
Oh,
There he goes.
I don't know.
Oh, he's being escorted out by security. Well, yeah,
Okay. That's
the
pretty-
MRI his squad is going to get him.
Okay,
What is
so
happening anymore?
I don't know.
The audience is just.
It's-
Right, start talking about something.
All right, so what we're saying? Chase Spot's regular season championship. 1 week left on the regular season. We also have this rivalry between Ogie and Levi, which has been kind of spicy.
It's the Viking and Parker of this season.
Yeah. Also, might want to mention Parker, how he's been doing on this.
Ultra versus AJ.
Yeah, the most
briefly.
The most. I was actually thinking about this earlier. Me and Antel of D1, a fight for 11th will have more emotion than a battle for the lead in the last battle. And me versus Antel battle. Yeah, because it's funny. The best rivalries are never really for P1. They're always for like P7.
I
Yeah,
know,
they're-
it's
they
'cause-
they are in the midfield because the midfield is like the hotheads of the league.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. All right. How about we do a rundown of each division's standings? So, should we do top to bottom or bottom to top?
You want to bottom to top.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all the way down in 28th place in D2, we have the Rago Racing Incorporated number 2 car of John, who has just been inactive all season.
We'll just move right along. We'll just kind of.
Yeah, let's
27.
No,
skip
I'm
it
very
because
disappointed. I'm very disappointed about Rago Racing this season. To be
I
honest,
know,
I had high
they-
hopes.
They were
I had
really
high hopes.
high. Well, AJ's doing his best, but all the other cars have kind of been.
I started
letdown.
my career at Rago way back in the BSBL days.
Yeah, I raced for him for a long while.
He's actually the only team owner I've ever raced under. I've always been the team owner everywhere else.
Yeah. All right,
Frank, I just found
27th.
the worst thing.
27th, we have the 96th Amica AGD car of Wicked.
I've no idea. I can tell you nothing about this driver.
See how like
He got 2 points.
I have no
on
idea.
Daytona.
Yeah.
I have
and
no
that
idea who
never
he is.
Okay, so
existed.
instead of the driver, which we basically know nothing about, let's talk about the '96 car itself. For the first 3 seasons of VRA, the '96 was a chase contender Amica car driven by King. It has 1 win total, and that's really it. So I do think that the separation between King and um, Amica has been it's not it it's been has a negative
Well,
effect
King
on
hasn't
both.
done very well either.
Yeah,
To be
no,
fair.
King's performance has gone down. '96 is just in the dumps.
It's a bad situation for both parties involved.
They're both shit.
Moving up, someone I can actually talk about, Trexon.
He scored 5 in one race too.
Well, I mean,
Right, listen, right. You know,
Uh-huh.
the thing about Trexon, he's
Yup.
got a girlfriend. How many drivers indeed can you say that about? So,
like 3. I don't know.
exactly.
Probably.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's he was the first ever MRI driver, and he's still racing for MRI.
There was that brief moment he owned his own team in D2.
Yeah.
No, Trexon Motorall was always associated with MRI.
Yeah,
He's never gone off to do his own thing. And a general point, which drivers at MRI tend to stay here for a long time.
Fun fact about
Moving
Dread's
up.
Mother Oil team: they always got relegated.
Also,
There was never a season when they didn't get relegated.
also, very interesting fact. Pios started a career at Trexon Motorall.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
really?
true.
Oh,
Season
yeah.
5.
That's fun.
Fun fact. This is why I'm on the
See,
podcast,
it's always
Right.
interesting seeing drivers start at like very low.
It's weird.
Like sometimes you get these drivers who are immediately signed to these big teams and already have an amazing start to their career. But once you get a driver who you can see the development over time, that's pretty cool to watch.
It's really weird because I always kind of think that after a few races, you have your level and you don't really improve ever. I remember first watching Pius at MRI Raceway specifically, and oh my god, you would have never thought that she would go on to be one of the best drivers. She was so nervous, like just looked like she was just on eggshells at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And to go from that to the most, she had a very chill driving style now, a very confident driving style, complete 360. It's interesting.
Yeah, and one of the best pit strategists on this.
The best.
In
Yeah,
this
that
league.
really good strategist.
Right, we're going up. Travis, cool name.
Wait.
Never heard of him, man.
Wait. Travis?
He
Oh yeah,
raced
Travis.
at
Okay, so
19.
Travis did just make his start last race and already got a top 5.
It is D2.
It is D2. He did
And
already
it
get.
was
He, I
like
mean, he
a-
was fast.
It was an 8.
He was by no means in the battle for the lead at all, but he kept it in the top 5 all race.
So,
I think-
Spring, you're telling me new drivers just going in D2 and shaking it up is interesting for D2?
That's not what I'm saying.
It's kind of what you're saying.
I mean, I'm saying he's had a good start so far, despite being.
Was he AFK for that first part of the season, or was he just signed to the team?
I think he was just signed.
I think he was signed like 2 weeks before this, and then got his first start because
Right.
because of the complications.
Rico.
Oh yeah,
Never
Rico.
really heard of this guy.
Okay, so
Wait,
Rico.
is that
Rico
Iron?
No. So Rico
cool?
was another one of
Oh,
those
I
really hyped up drivers from ASCA.
Okay.
Apparently good friends with Tawa and Pios, but just didn't really do anything.
Pars tried to get him a D1 license.
Yeah. That would have been a.
Viking's always right.
Yep.
Yeah.
22nd
Uh,
in the number
Chris!
5 MRI car is, Chris.
Yeah, he just doesn't care. I don't... Chris shows up when he wants
Yeah.
for shits and gigs. And when he
Yeah,
does
but
show up, he's pretty good. But he doesn't show up very often. You know,
And
I
if
think...
if he finishes the race
you know,
as well.
This might be a bold opinion. I think there's definitely a place for that in D2. I think there's a place for that in D2
Yeah.
where these guys who don't want to race week in, week out, that's fine. Just show up when you want to. They don't take anything away. They just add to the race they're in. They don't take away from the races they're not in. I think that's fine. I don't really think he should lose his license, to be honest, because he's chilling. He adds something to the league. It's
I'm pretty
always
sure-
exciting when he shows up.
I'm
Especially
pretty
for
sure
me.
you just have to make a minimum of 5 starts, and you shouldn't lose your license.
Well, I might tell him that. I might tell him that you don't have to go through trials again. Just like show up. Also, he's in a really weird time zone, which definitely doesn't
Yeah,
help.
definitely.
yeah, he's from Kazakhstan.
His scheme is amazing.
Borat.
Though.
So he's got probably the best scheme in VRA.
Yeah.
You should actually take the number from his scheme and put it on the website.
I should do that.
Right. Phil.
Um,
Phil,
Frown's
that was
former racer.
He was looking good at the
Yeah.
start of the season.
He was. He got
Basically,
into
he-
controversy, and
he was really
that
good.
kind of drove him out
He
of.
was a very competent driver. The problem is he got into a fight with NTR early on, and he just didn't like the league
Nice.
because of the early rulings.
Yeah, no,
So he-
it was.
he
Oh,
left.
I remember.
Yeah, and I had to find a replacement.
The
Yeah,
guy
that
with the
sucks.
best name.
Look, he
the guy with
was
the best name in VRA.
he was another one, really hyped up and just kind of, well, at least he showed that he was a good driver. He just got into some
Yeah.
issues and was driven out.
Couldn't-
Everyone supported him too. It was just NTR who kind of disagreed with the whole thing.
What was the disagreement?
There was a
Not
pit
letting
stop.
him back.
There's a pit stop issue, and then he didn't get.
Oh, I think he was lying. I've said
But-
this before.
No. There's okay. We're not having this discussion again, but I will add this. How are you? NTR specifically designed it to where when you pit, you get fuel automatically. So when he pit, he should have gotten fuel.
I don't. So we've never had this issue before, I don't think.
We have,
And
yeah.
this one guy gets it. He
We've-
probably went in really quick or something.
We've had the issue.
I has to guess that he did something wrong.
Maybe.
But at the end of the day, Shaq. I agree with NTR on this one, actually.
Fair enough.
I agree.
All right,
You're, like 2 people.
20th position, the 16 Newcom Inc. driver, JJ Speed.
Great name,
20.
He
Not
exists.
great driver. Yeah,
Um,
this is the first where it's like, yeah,
Let's
solid midfield driver.
compare his stats to last season. Actually, last
He's
season
probably a bit worse.
last season he made the chase. He got that one win at Talladega. 137 points, 3 podiums, 8 top 5s, and 1 stage win.
Yeah, he's doing worse.
Yeah. Do you think it could be
He's kind of
the?
fallen off.
Definitely.
Do you think it could be the team change?
No, I don't.
Okay. He also
I
is
think it's just
he also is just
He went
starting less
hard.
races.
yeah. Like, I could see him turning it around next season, but this
Yeah,
season's
next season.
one to forget for JJ Speed.
He literally
Really-
cannot get it.
The first real interesting one to talk about next, Jackie. I feel
Okay,
quite
s-
interesting.
Well, the interesting part is that Jackie hasn't started at all, and the number 8 car in D2 is just an unfamous part-time car. Practically.
Yeah,
that's
That I don't
Yeah.
think. Listen, right. I don't know if that's okay. I don't know. I judge it.
That was where this is where the whole system where so there was a subsystem idea where it's you can't have more subs than driver starts. This kind of was the whole reasoning
Also,
behind the system.
Famous did the same thing they did last season when they spent all their pocket change right away, and then they
Yeah.
started bitching that they had no more pocket change.
Eh,
Use all their
that's
sub points at the start of the season, so then they start money. Oh, I don't get to race any D2 races. You used them.
hmm
Ah, but and it's Jackie's Cuba teammate right next to her. It's Iron.
no, not a teammate.
They were
That's
teammates
Red-
at Cuba. At Cuba.
At
At
Oh,
Cuba.
Cuba,
in the World
Cuba,
Cup.
Cuba. Yeah. Okay.
Can you believe this
20,
guy?
20, what the fuck? 18th place,
20.
20 car, Red Bull Smith Sport, Iron.
Really good when he showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he shows up, he can race.
14,
And
12.
that's
He
about it.
he
when
only has
he
3
shows
starts.
Up.
I'm pretty sure he has more D1 starts than D2 starts,
Hanging out.
which is fine.
I feel like yeah, again, I think there's room for that in D2.
hmm
Guys who aren't going to go consistently for the championship,
No,
just
yeah,
show up every once in a
that's
while,
fair. Just field
throw their
fillers.
hat in the ring. Well, no, because he races really well when he does. He makes an impact on almost every race he's in.
That's true.
Why
Right.
would you look at that? It's our first
Yeah,
real
but-
winner.
All right,
Next
17th
to
place, the 13 car Amica AGD Racing
It's Wiggle.
Wiggle.
It's
With
Wiggle.
the luckiest win of all time.
Yeah, with that one
I've
win
always
at
thought Wiggle.
what, Milwaukee?
It's fucking.
It was
Wiggle.
Yeah, at Milwaukee.
a late race restart, and you got really lucky with that one.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Tawa and I got really screwed over.
I think that's a
there.
prime example of why the overtime rules changed initially.
D2 gaming as well.
But then
So,
we have
I'm
usually a mid-bug driver.
17th. Let's go back. Let's see where I think he's out of. Yeah, no, well, he's not eliminated from the chase yet, but there's
He's
no.
out of the chase.
Yeah, he's practically out.
I don't think he really cares though.
All right, 16th, the number 7 Epsilon Motorsports Toyota King. Kind of having a
AKA
down
the
season.
The only real driver.
The only real driver. Yeah, King. I always right. Here's my opinion on King. He got really close to getting promoted last season.
Mhm.
I think if he had gotten promoted last season, this might be a spoiler for later in our discussion. He probably would be doing better than Parker is.
Maybe.
Because I feel like King has the tools to be a mid backpack D1 driver and just be there.
The thing
I've-
is, he's a mid-pack D2 driver now.
No, but that's the amount of stars.
No, he got 7 points, 7 points, 4 points, 7 points, 7 points, and 10.
No, he's
That's-
fallen off. No, he's fallen off because he doesn't have that unfame. I think he puts up similar numbers in D1. Because
Wow.
he in D1 he'd have the motivation like he did last season. That not getting promoted, I think it really took a hit, and he just kind of stopped really caring about VOA. He's showing up more than almost everyone below him. But I feel like he's not done yet. I feel like next season he could have another go at it, have another swing at the.
Yeah,
Swing at the
definitely.
pinata.
I don't think he's done with Vieira yet. I think he's just having an off season. Sort of.
Next up we have Bruce Lee.
The 15 spot, the 48 unfamous car. Oops, Zenfinks.
This is
Oh
another
my God.
unfamous sub, right? Zen,
Yeah,
So well,
Zen has
Zen
raced.
Zen has raced, and he's done pretty well.
Zen has raced that 7 and that 2.
Yeah, yeah.
The other ones,
That is,
unfamous.
that is actually true. He only raced the first 2 races.
Yeah, he did.
And
He did
Tawa
pretty
Zen's
well.
fun.
He honestly did pretty well at Daytona. DNF that the road course, and then Tawa came in, bushwhacker win
What a finish.
at Las Vegas.
We love bushwhacker wins.
Yep.
And then Milwaukee, where Tawa nearly won again.
The
Yeah.
only time you'll find me rooting for Crown is if he's up against a bushwhacker.
Yeah. That's
The
fair.
only time.
14th position. We good with Zen?
First
Fourt-
actual
Yeah.
14th
driver
position.
that
Okay,
we
so
could
I think
about.
this
Right, real
okay, so
driver.
14th and up until we get to the chase cutoff. I think these are actual drivers who could contend for the final chase spot.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it is close, but if they are in range, they're gonna have to do really well in the points.
I was misreading the standings. I thought he
Oh.
was 122 points off the chase. No,
No,
he's 122 points off. No, right. It would take a but to be fair, he's been showing up every race since Phoenix.
Mhm.
And if this is one of his first, because with these new guys coming into VRA, there's a stark difference between people who are new to VRA and people who are new to road racing.
Yeah.
A very big difference there. And the people who are new to road racing still have room to improve, which is why I would probably sign one of them over. They have room to improve. And if this is Rebel's first real crack at road racing, I think it's a great first showing. It's a great first showing.
I'm pretty sure it is the first.
If he's coming in with loads of experience, it's not very good. But if this is his first crack at the whip, he's doing pretty good. One for the future.
He's been improving all season. He's been getting closer to the wins. I think we need to work about this pit strategies with him. He still has problems with saving fuel.
He is progressively
He's
getting
your driver,
up there.
is he, Crap? He's your driver.
Yeah, that
You can
that's my
you can
driver.
definitely tell that the 22 car is progressively performing better each and every race. But if he does want to get into the chase, he's gonna have to pick it up fast in the next two races.
I feel like next season is when it's really next season we're going to see how good he is.
Yeah.
Basically, he's getting the grips now. Next season, if he can make a run at the championship or the chase, we're going to see. He might be my outside bet to win next season, the whole championship.
I don't think so.
We'll see how he
Might be
does.
outside bet. You never know. If the field's especially weak, I feel like he'd do it.
We'll see how he
I'm
does.
rooting for him, but I don't think so.
Not my favorite. My outside bet. My punter's chance to win the championship next
The
season.
black horse.
Yeah.
I think we skipped
My other black
the
horse is in
driver.
12th, and we'll get to him eventually.
Okay, so
No, we didn't skip a driver.
okay, so in 13th place, the 26 Rago Racing Incorporated car, AJ, the
AKA
best.
the only tri
I
car.
keep dropping my stuff.
Yeah, but AJ's an odd case. Every race that I've watched AJ, he's been good near the front, but it just isn't showing on the standings. 2 DNQs is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
12th, which is good. 5th DNF, 7th, 10th. The results aren't that bad. If AJ shot up to every race, I feel like he'd be in the chase. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
His performances are better than his results.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like he's definitely
we
one of those
would
drivers
watch-
who struggles towards the end of the race.
Yeah, he definitely, like Revel, struggles with the pit cycles.
He honestly, he was very close to you at that Rockingham race.
Yeah.
He was there, but
Yeah, he
but like
he's kind of like a Kevin Magnussen, where essentially there's nothing really bad about it, right? He has good pace. He's decent. He stays out of trouble, but he's missing that winning edge.
yeah,
Like you couldn't see him making a bold last lap move for the win. You couldn't see him, doing a different strategy to everyone else and taking the win. I feel like if he develops, because I think AJ's done developing, and if he manages to clear a set of shots for every race, he's going to be in that 3rd, 4th, 5th range for me. That's where he would probably be. And I think he's on the he's going to be on the cusp of D1, license for pretty much the rest of his time in VRA unless he adds that winning punch to his game.
Yeah, 32 laps led on the season. A podium
That's
at
not bad.
Bristol was pretty good. Wait, no, sorry,
But
podium at Phoenix.
I would like, if we had more in-depth stuff, I'd like to see when he's in, because I feel like he's leading those laps in the first run of the race.
Yeah,
That's normally when you see him up front. That's the worst time to lead laps.
all right. 12th place, we have the 88 MRI Ford of Ogie.
I have a lot to say about Ogie.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, people are giving him too much stick. People are giving him too much stick. He's on fucking mobile.
He is also the mobile reform. Maybe we'll see him perform better.
He's on mobile.
I think he's doing
And he's
really
on
well for a
pace.
mobile driver.
He's on pace on mobile. And I think this is his first season in road racing at all.
He's on pace with
mobile.
the midfield drivers.
Yeah, on mobile.
Yeah.
He's not horribly slow on mobile. He gets in a
Yeah.
few incidents, to be fair, but you can blame that on the device. With the new mobile fix coming in,
Mm-hmm.
like he got second at Rockingham. That's not an easy track. You would expect him to do well on Daytona and Talladega, but not on the harder tracks. He got second at Rockingham. He has loads of room to develop. Next season, he's going to be in that chase easily. He could be in the chase this season. It wouldn't.
He'll like Revel. He'll also have to, like the two drivers before him, he'll have to push in these final two races. Let's see how he does at a road course.
Next season, he's in the chase, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gradually improving over through the course of the season, doing pretty well for MRI.
Second at Rockingham.
I think this is your top driver.
In D2, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say one thing about Ogie. He's also on a lot of D2 drivers. You notice don't really get involved with the culture and the real. They don't really. They come, they show up to race, and they. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Ogie is very much active in the server.
The only other driver you'll see like that is like Chrono.
Crown.
Well, Crown and Chrono. Chrono.
I think
Yeah.
Ogie. Jesus, I'm gonna say Ogie. I'm not gonna say it. I think he'll do really well next season. I think the season after that he gets D1.
We'll see.
I
We'll
really
see
do.
how he progresses.
I really do.
I think he'll get into chase once me, Murillo, and Takeshi is gonna be gone.
I don't think that's true. I think if you take the Ogie that's going to be next season, you put him in this season, he's going to be in the chase. Because also he's got the MRI attitude as
He
well.
has
Yeah.
Beast Beat, he has Takeshi, he still has Fox.
Yeah, I really think next season he could beat all those guys.
No.
I do.
I don't think he'll beat Fox. And Takeshi is probably gonna go to the D1.
I don't think so.
Takeshi D1 is unlikely, despite him winning a couple
If
races.
he showed up all the time, he would.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he's gonna win. I mean, I don't think he's gonna get into D1.
let's talk about Takeshi when we get to 5th.
Yeah. You know what?
It's
That's
Latrobe
a good
next.
idea. Are we gonna we'll discuss the Levi Ogie shenanigans later.
We'll get to Levi and then we'll discuss.
Yeah. Okay. So 11th, Coultro, the 40 car Red Bull Smith Sport. I think this is their second best performing driver on the team.
Bang
he's,
average.
Yeah, he's one of
Yeah,
those drivers who
is.
show up consistently, or mid pack for the most part.
Definition of mid-pack.
So he showed up to every race until Nashville, and then up to Nashville, and then after Nashville, he failed to show up to Bristol. He got a disqualification from Darlington after interfering with the leaders, and then has failed to show up since. Maybe he's on like a weekend
Sabbatical.
break. Hopefully he's not done. I doubt he would be.
If we assume he comes back, he's going to keep doing what he's been doing.
Yeah, but
Bang
him,
average D2 driver.
him not being here has made him fall out of the the chase spot.
Yeah, there's not much to say about Lucho, to be honest. He's just kind of here, and if there's room for that, I wouldn't leave or anything. I think he's good enough for D2.
Yeah,
Is he good enough to just be there?
I think
Let's talk
he's
about
a
the
mobile driver, or if I'm not,
Is
if
he a
I'm
mobile
mis-
driver as well?
I might,
I can't comment on
I
that.
might be mistaken.
I can't,
I
I can't
don't.
comment on that.
While
I'm not too
we are
sure.
on the control, we might want to talk about Coulter versus AJ on Pocono, where
I was
they
not.
were fighting for six.
I will say
at
AJ has been
Pocono.
getting into some stuff with other drivers. Same with Coulter actually. So both of them getting into each other is not too surprising, because AJ
Yeah, but
is an aggressive driver and Coulter tends to get in the way of.
I like it when drivers
Yeah, no,
don't all get along.
we
I'm a big fan.
look. As
what
long as you
basically happened is they were fighting for the fifth place on Pocono. They came out of turn three and they were going head to head. Coulter turned down on him and got jackknifed into the wall. Lost both of them position to me actually. That saved my terrible Pocono race.
huh,
Listen, right? If you don't get mad when someone ruins your race, you aren't doing it right.
I think
The Roadster series is for fucking around fun races. You should care. The whole point of racing video is that you care at least a bit about where you're going to finish.
Didn't you talk about not caring and you want drivers that
didn't.
D2 is for drivers that
No,
no,
really care?
no. Okay,
No. I
D2
said
is for
there's
drivers who.
room for that.
Yeah, no. We still want them to care about the race, but
No, I think in D2 there's room for drivers
who
who
just
don't care.
or
but
drivers who just
If you're showing up as much as Coultro, you should care about how you finish.
yeah.
I think you're wasting your time if you just don't care.
I mean, they could just be
Yeah.
honestly doing it for just the race. There's some drivers who do that.
It's just the race, but then the whole fun of a race is the finish, right? That's like, yeah.
All
Go on
right,
the Jezza.
number 4, the third and final Amica AGD Ford, 10th place in standings, 7 points behind outside of the chase cutoff. Jezier, who's also the owner of Amica. What do you think he's doing so far? He actually had a really good run, like a really good weekend at Bristol and Darlington. 2 podiums. He
Yeah,
actually
the
has 3.
Polish.
He
The
has
Polish one too.
yeah. He has 3 podiums on the season. He's actually not doing too bad. I think he's mostly under the radar. He could get that final chase spot if he does show up to the next few races. He has
Jezza is a weird one for me.
he
I
has
always think he's
um,
better
yeah.
than he is. Because, Jezza, he's an ESCL, he's a BSBL driver. And there's something about him. You feel like he's better than he is. It's
The
weird.
thing- The thing is, Jazier is a clutch master.
Yeah.
He can really clutch up when it comes to the end of the seasons. For example, in season 3 in ESCL, he won three in a row, which is the record of the league.
Crazy. It's crazy. He's weird. I feel like Jezza could win a D1 race, but also he's 10th in D2.
I feel like
He's ethereal.
in D1 he definitely underperformed, but I think D2 is his place. He's doing pretty well there.
Yeah.
I believe that at Toronto he will be a threat. He's definitely going to be under everyone's radar. He came third at Daytona Road Course, only losing out to 2 bushwhackers.
I think there should be more road courses in Canada. That's a very personal opinion. We don't have to go into that now.
Yeah.
But I'm not just saying that because I have a road course I want in Canada. Put more on there that aren't MRI if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where's Watkins?
It's in the
In
chase.
the playoffs.
It is in the playoffs?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it isn't first. They're going to go about Watkins. Everyone loves Watkins. I love Watkins.
This is the best one.
Everybody loves Watkins. Yeah, so Jezier definitely under the radar. He's a pretty decent driver. 34 laps led on the season.
This the guy coming up next. There's a lot to talk about. Levi.
Ninth,
Hooey.
ninth position, the top performing on Red Bull Smith Sport car on the season. 3 points out of the chase. Lots to talk about. Honestly, you're
He
right.
drives like a young Max Verstappen.
Hmm.
You can clearly see there's a driver in there, but his antics are getting in the way of that. Now I'm saying this, and I miss the antics, but he's got to turn it down a bit.
To be honest, I
Clear-
called Levi a driving terrorist like
I
3 times
think-
in the races.
I think he has the pace to be the raw pace to fight for the D1 championship.
Okay. So let's D1.
No, D2. Sorry, he has the raw pace to fight with D2 championship.
Okay.
It's just everything else about him is getting in the way of that.
All right. Let's look at his. So, ignoring the blistering 7 DNFs, he had. Ignoring that, he has 2 third place finishes, and a couple fifth and no, a couple 6th and 7th place finishes.
But I'm
He
not
have
talking about the
more
finish.
He has more DNFs than normal finishes. That's
No, let's ignore that for a second. With my
That-
eyes,
that-
when I see him in races, the same thing happens every race.
He genuinely
up there at
does
the
have
start.
speed. Yeah.
Well, I think he's up there at the start, even sometimes in the lead. He's up there with the best drivers, then something happens. He crashes out, he's a bad pit stop, just something happens, and he
Yeah.
falls back, and by the end, he's nowhere.
Yeah.
He has to find. He's a puzzle right now, one missing piece. You put that missing piece in the puzzle, wins.
Yeah, Levi's definitely a skilled driver. He just has a lot of flaws at the moment.
I feel like there's only 2 options for Levi. He
He
gets
is
the D1 next season or the season after that, or he stays in D2 forever and just lives in D2, which is fine. But he's faster than it.
all right. Let's talk about the Levi Ogie shenanigans that have been happening.
Perfect encapsulation of what I'm talking about.
So, this all started because if I can find it, Levi was talking to NTR about getting a B license, right? So, Ogie then stepped in to give his peace of mind of the situation.
Oh, he's a
which
big character.
He is. I
I
like
love
that.
it.
Yeah.
I understand. If he wasn't my driver, I wouldn't like it, but he's my driver, so I love it.
No, yeah. As not his team owner, I think that's pretty cool because we like personalities.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He sticks his chest out, you know? He says, we want that.
So, the thing I like about this rivalry is that, see, when you get to. It's sort of like the Manta Raptors thing, except it's fun to cheer for a side, right?
Yeah, you know.
Angel, can you help Olivia with the food?
Okay, a little uncalled for, but it's okay.
He's back.
Hey.
Whoa, whoa! I was exposing deep industry secrets to Crown. I hope
Sorry,
the podcast didn't pick it
I
up.
did not mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The
what were you
insider
saying?
trading. If any of you sold shares of MRI now,
Okay, what was I saying beforehand?
Levi, big
Oh,
character, slow.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so difference between the Manta
Well,
Raptors rivalry is that you don't feel ashamed for rooting for a guy. See, again, there's no right or wrong side to this. They both have their flaws. They both have some good things about them. It's fun. They're also a mid-pack rivalry, so not too
Yeah, this
bad.
is the Viking Park rivalry of last year. I don't think it's as good as me and Parker, but it's similar to that.
Well, I think the difference is that see the Viking Parker thing went relatively unnoticed, besides like a few people. The whole Levi Ogie thing, lots of people are getting into it. It's getting a lot of attention because
Both
of,
sides are
of
really.
yeah, and because of how often they have altercations.
I love it. I think more people should hate each other.
In
I,
a
I,
just
I'm not joking. You should have
Chris.
that one driver that you don't like.
this guy wants to be a host, by the way.
No, I am a host.
That's even worse.
I am a host. No, right. You're gonna get penalties. No, I'm not talking about taking people out. I'm talking about someone who. Oh, I'm just gonna rate this guy a little hard. I don't like him as a person.
Oh, I mean, I would keep
Yeah,
it as I don't
I
like him
want
as a competitor.
personal rivalry. I want personal rivalry.
I
'Cause
think
that's where shit gets good.
that's fair, but hopefully, I just want them to understand that outside of road racing, it's you don't actually hate each other.
You should. Though.
You should hate each.
You
It's
should.
it's
You
the
should.
Ansel Viking rivalry.
It's best road race
Oh,
rivalry of all
that's
time.
legendary.
The
It
best
is.
road
It
race
is.
rivalry of all time.
It,
Undeniably.
undeniably.
But here's the
MRI
thing.
versus Marlboro.
No, but here's the thing about that. Very rarely, I don't think there's ever been a super intentional. Very rarely have there have been massive on track moments.
Yeah.
Because just all the little things become so much bigger.
So
The Viking Ansel rivalry. We'll talk to it when we get to D1 because it's been happening this season as well in D1. Very under the radar.
Because both of you are like fighting for 11th.
Yes,
only-
yes, that's the joke. A Viking Ansel battle for 11th have more emotion than a battle for the lead on the last lap.
have we seen any
Yes.
on track shenanigans between these two, or has it just been off track so far?
Well, it started with off track shenanigans.
Yeah. I don't think they've gotten
No,
into it
so-
on track.
No, there's a bunch of little things. As someone who is very great at having rivals, there's a bunch of little things that I picked up on the camera. If you're just alongside them, just tell them a bit. Don't cause a wreck, but just let them know I don't like you. Not everything the cameras will pick up, but
Mhm.
driver to driver, there's been meshes that's being sent.
I know that there is. I don't know how long this rivalry will last because usually they don't last too long. Like last time we got something like this in D2 that wasn't you or Parker, it was Litman, Nick, and King. That was the start of season 2. What Auto Club? That was a cool race finish actually. King and Nick got into it,
Yes.
and Brandon got the win. That led to another on track altercation where King and Nick were racing for the win, not the win, but the lead, like mid race, and Nick ended up spinning out King.
And then back when Nick was an MRI driver, and he
Yeah.
did that sort of thing.
Not
so-
too terrible, but
I think
unfortunately
about this though
the
is
rival
that
did
I
die.
feel like what's more important than the actual on-track stuff is the discussion around it.
Yeah,
That's why I think it's going to keep it going, because commentary is constantly going to compare, and when commentary says you're rivals of someone, it just kind of happens
yeah.
because you're reminded, oh yeah, this I think it doesn't necessarily have to be as bombastic, but it can simmer under the surface for a while, and it can pop up and simmer. And Max Verstappen and Esteban Ocon have a years-long rivalry with about 2 incidents in F1.
Hmm.
But
True.
that can happen. They even be in different divisions, and it could still bubble under the surface. I think we should move on now. It's enough talking about Levi.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so
let's talk about the
in-
bushwhacker in disguise.
in 8th place, the
This
number
guy.
64
We just skip
Epsilon
over him.
Motorsports
Can we
64
just go straight to 7th?
Zia.
I don't want to talk about this guy.
Okay, so
Zia
I don't want to talk about him. I don't
it's
want to talk about him.
Ohio's.
no, yeah, generally Zia's been inactive. Bushwhacker win.
They should kick him
Bushwhacker
/ her out of the
podium.
playoffs. They should kick him / her out of the playoffs.
him-
I say him / her because it's basically pass.
Yeah,
Luckily, I think they're out of sub points by now. Hopefully, so
they should be.
Yeah, they are.
Mhm.
yeah. So minus
So
-3.
as long as Levi just shows up to the next race.
Unfortunately, Levi has to be the one to knock him out. But
well,
Well,
you
it
got
doesn't have to be Levi. It could be Jeezer or Coulthard
Yeah,
in
I
this
think
race.
the battle for
The
the last
battle-
2 days is going to be interesting.
yeah, the battle for the
Even
chance,
Ogie has a
final
chance
chase
if he
spot
gets
will
some
be
bonus
really
I
close.
believe in Ogie. I really do believe Ogie could get it.
It really will be close.
So
Big.
now we have 48
should-
points to gain.
Yeah, we should have now since we're just in the chase. We should have a more in-depth talk about the chase battle. I think Beast is going to make it. I think he's kind of solid. Actually, no. If Beast shows up, he'll make it. If Beast doesn't show up, he's not going to make it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Chronox. I feel like the 7 and 8th is up for grabs, and everyone down to 12th has a chance. So you have
Yeah. Well, Revel and AJ are definitely long shots, but everyone down to 12th is definitely in the battle.
you've like 6 drivers with 2 spots available.
Yeah.
But 2 of those drivers probably aren't going to show up. So I think they're basically out unless they show up,
Yeah,
which
so
is the weird.
Beast
it's
is
the
really
weird
inactive,
situation
and
of-
Zia is now to sub points.
So I think 4 out of the 2 of Levi, Jezza, Coulthard, and Ogie will make it.
Can we call Zia Pios?
And if I
Can we
had to
just
put
rename
money on it,
her?
now honestly, I think the most likely scenario is Jezza
Mm-hmm.
and Coulthard. I really do. I really think that's the most likely scenario. Because Toronto is going to be Toronto,
Honestly,
right?
if Jezier shows up Toronto, he's definitely gonna.
Actually,
have
saying that, all right, Levi is going to win at Toronto or come to 11th. He's going to get ahead early.
He's
Levi
gonna
has
get
the
a
pace.
DNF.
If Levi qualifies well and gets out early with the field spread, he's on for a great result. If he at any point has any sort of difficulty, it's over.
We didn't really get to see him perform too much at Daytona Road Course because he just ran out of fuel.
Yeah. Yes, but pace
You
is
still
pace.
forget-
Yeah.
You still forget about Fox, me, and Murillo.
Well, we'll talk about that.
No, but I
later.
feel like Levi has the pace to really make a run at Toronto, which I don't think either of his. Levi has the best pace out of the 4, undoubtedly, but he a DNF, low points, others
Yeah.
score points.
Huh?
Yeah, Ogie's the long shot, obviously. Honestly, I can't. I love him. I can't really see him doing that at Toronto. I can't see him doing Toronto.
I don't know
Indy, I
how-
definitely think
I don't know how well mobile
In-
and road courses mix.
Indy, I feel like he has to put in an okay point sort Toronto and then really go for Indy. I think that's his chance.
Yeah, definitely.
Really go for Indy.
I feel
But
like
at
Jezier
Toronto-
is gonna make it in, and then that final spot is really just out there.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's really interesting. It's probably the best battle in either division for any regional place.
It'll be a fun
Crowds
one.
checked out.
If it comes down to Indy, it'll be an exciting points battle.
Yeah. If it comes down to Indy, I'm going to retire from being a steward, sub for Tregson, and push Ogie to victory. That's the plan.
Pretty sure
Um,
MRI is the no. They won season 2. Indy.
Yeah. We did. Ogie is the only MRR driver who could make the chase
Yeah.
in either division. Yeah. So yeah, interesting. Beast, he's not making it into the chase. When he,
Ogi is also 90% of your points.
Beast is a crazy thing because second, first, third, and then second. Probably the best D2 driver this season. Period.
Yeah.
But
Is
he
this
just
guy
never
for
shows up.
real?
He is the best example of guy who shows up when he wants. And there's a place for Beast in D2, 100%. You know, you don't have to show up every race, but when he does show up, he makes an impact. And it's always great when you show. People cheer when they see Beast join the server. Actually, that actually happens.
Not like literally.
Yeah, people cheer when Beast joins the server. Gotta love it. But there's not much to talk about.
He's a good driver.
Not much to talk about. He's really good. Doesn't show up a lot. That's really all you got with Beast.
Yeah.
And if he shows up,
He's sort of the other side of the coin to like Levi and Coultrell.
If Beast shows up, he'll make play. He'll make chase easily.
Yeah.
He's literally Chris 2.0.
Yeah. Now up.
6th position in the
I feel
37 Spring Motorsports Ford. Chrono.
That what?
He is what? 16 points above the cut line.
He's
Correct.
safe. He's safe. I think he's
all he
safe.
has to do is really just show up to the next few races and he's in.
Chronox is for his entire career before VRA in EFCL. He was a joke. Undeniably. Like, what's that record of him? 6
11
EFCL,
DNQs
11 DNQs with
Yeah.
some on MRI.
in a row.
He was a joke.
That's in a row.
This season, that's changed. I don't know what changed.
I think
Don't
no,
mention the thing that changed.
he was there last season too.
I thought last season he was still a joke.
No, last season he was like top 4, top 5 points.
No, but I feel like last season he was there basically by default.
I guess so.
But this season, way more packed, and he's still in P6.
Well, you
I
can definitely see
feel
an
great for him.
improvement. Yeah.
Every time I look at the stands, I see Chronox, I smile. He's a great. He's sound. I like him. He's like my road racing son.
Mm-hmm.
He's the closest thing to that, and he's left the nest, which I cry over every night. But when he does win a D2 race, which he will, I'll be cheering the loudest.
Yeah, definitely.
He could do it, Indy.
He could.
Indy's kind of ratio where anyone could win.
That's his best finish actually in the 2nd place.
Yep.
Season 2.
No, he got second at Pocono.
Did he?
True. Yeah, he did.
It says right there.
Pocono was a fucking hell of a track.
Oh
I
yeah. Who
could
did he lose
not
to?
understand
Oh,
it.
he only lost to Pius.
Oh, so if the bush rackers didn't fucking ruin it, he would have won a race. Fuck you, Piles. You've ruined everything. Chronox could have won a race. Let's move on.
Okay, 5th position. We also should take into account the seeding points.
Chronox gets no bonus points.
No, Chrono's in 6th.
But I feel like no one's got a shot at the championship until like Fox.
Okay, so
Even
for the
then, I think Crown's got it.
regular season.
No,
Even then-
already only Murillo can fight
No,
with me.
at the
because-
championship post chase.
Oh. Then
You
yeah,
know, these
sure.
guys,
Also-
these guys in the low chase, they're racing to get in the chase. They're not racing for the chance to win the championship. You know, they're racing for the pride to get into the chase.
All right, yeah, because being in the chase really solidifies you as a front
Yeah,
runner.
it's a symbol. It's the base aim. Get in the chase. Yeah.
think
Chronox
we
is
are
going to make
fighting-
a run at there.
They are
Alright.
fighting for top 6.
Mhm.
Yes. No. Chronox is not fighting for really anything. He's in the chase. Just get the best results possible.
I mean, he could maybe pass Takeshi if Takeshi doesn't show up, but
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
he's really just good.
He's in the chase. That would have been his goal at the start of the season to get in the chase. He's achieved it. He should feel happy about
He had a
himself.
slow start to the season actually, but
Yeah, really. Yeah, really. But to be fair, the lowest points count is 5, and 5's not a good race, but it's not a clanger either.
Yeah.
Right?
I just want to
Right.
say about Beast, while Zia is like Pios, the Bushwhacker in disguise, Beast is just assigned Bushwhacker.
Son.
He has the A license, and he's in
He
D2.
chooses. He chooses. That's better because he's in D2.
He,
He's a
he
D2 driver.
openly bushwhacks.
At least he's a D2 driver. I think that's better. I prefer that.
All right.
Takeshi.
5th position, 21, the number 21 ESW Racing Ford, Takeshi. Takeshi, Big Bear 350 winner, Daytona winner.
I'm surprised.
He had a really strong start to the season, and then he sort of fizzled out a little bit.
No,
I'm
he just
surprised.
hurt game again.
If you guessed, I would have guessed he shot less than he has. To be fair, but
Yeah.
it's very front heavy.
It's not like he was signed last season, but I'm not too sure what's made him race more often.
I think it's just he just happened to be
a broken
free.
leg. He had a broken leg.
He's broken it. Well, Takeshi's another one where he shows up when he wants, and when he shows up, he's good.
Yeah.
But he's also just really chill. Like, I like Takeshi. I'm a big fan of him off and on track. Big fan of Takeshi in general, and I want him to kiss me. But that's not the point.
Huh?
Yeah, he's chilling, and that's kind of how you describe him generally. He's chilling. Not much to talk about already. He's chilling. He's probably gonna stay in D2 forever.
Chris 2.5.
Chris, but like
he has 2 wins.
But
One
he
at
shows up
Daytona,
more
which
often.
was a good win.
he shows up more often and he's better.
Phoenix. Yeah.
He's not quite as good as Beast, but he's better. Fox.
All right, 4th place, the 95 Newcom Inc. Toyota Fox. Again.
About Karen.
So he's in 4th. He has 1 win
the
on
person I
season.
originally had the fight with.
Talk about characters.
Yeah.
Listen, right. Love him or hate him, he's had a good season. 15, 10, 17, 16, 9, 9, 12, 12. The suspension, everyone's got suspended once or twice in their career,
I didn't.
Fox.
I have.
Fox has gotten a suspension.
I know.
Every season so far he's raced.
We don't have to talk about the suspension. It happened.
Viking
Get
got a
over
lot of negative points in his PSCL days.
We're not talking about. If you want to talk about that, talk about it when we get to Viking.
All right.
We're not talking about that now. We're talking about Fox, who is really good.
Honestly, okay, let's go back before he got suspended. Before the suspension,
aka my original fight.
Before the suspension, he was 10 points behind Crown. He's doing pretty well. He was 10 points behind Crown with that 1 win.
Fox is a guy who I could see him finishing second after the chase. Yeah, Fox is the first one who I would say has the tools to win the championship this season. The chase comes, points reset happens, he bashes out a few great performances. Crown slips up once or twice, he's there.
Yeah,
Fox is the first person who I think could win the championship. He's a long shot.
Yeah, Fox is out of the regular season championship fight, but when the chase does start, he'll be on it.
To be fair, everybody is out of the championship fight.
Yeah, we'll talk about Crown again. Don't worry about it, right?
Yeah.
Fake.
Yeah. 3rd place, the number 18 Lone Manta Motorsports Toyota Fake. I think he's a top performing Toyota. So
he's the reason why Manta is what place?
Sorry.
He's the reason why Manta is 5th.
I think he's had a pretty decent season.
I have an opinion on Fake Boy. You know what I said for Levi, where he's really good in the start, where his performances are better than his results? Tell him for Fake Boy and flip it. His results are better than his performances.
Fair.
He runs mid-pack all racing, just ends up at the front pack, just out of nowhere. He's magic.
He has the second least laps led of all the chase, of all the top 8.
He's a good driver. He's good enough to be in the chase, but he's really weird. Where he'll have no pace, and then just he's really good at
He's-
late restarts.
He's on the long
really
run.
good at them. I don't know how you're really good at late restarts, but he is.
I think
And
he's
you just
definitely a long run car
Good
because like
car placement.
Yeah, he he drives a bit like me, where the pace isn't as good, but the racecraft is there. So when you get that late start, you can really, yeah. I think under the right conditions, if we have a lot of overtimes or a lot of tracks that he's good at,
yeah,
he could make a run for the chase championship. 100%.
Darlington was
he's
a race
definitely
where
been
his
another
pace
one.
was big.
He's
I feel
definitely
like
been
Fake
another one
is
that's under the radar.
Fake is the first person who I think will get D1 license.
Nashville is where Fake did well, and
Yeah,
also
so
Darlington.
he had like
he was
he had
doing
like
really well,
top
and then he got
5.
lapped.
Yeah, so
I feel
beginning
like
of the season he had like top 5 finishes. Then he went on this like 2-week break, and then Nashville happened, and he kind of went off from there.
Fake Boy,
Yep.
Murillo, Crown would be the people I would promote to D1 this season.
Maybe.
That's what I
I'm
would promote.
not going anywhere.
You want to stay in D2? Well, that's what I would give the license to. You can stay there if you want.
Yeah,
But I would
that's
give the
that's
I
how
think
it
I'll
goes.
stay. I
Fake
think
Boy,
I'll try to
Murillo,
lead the team.
That's what I would do. Fake Boy, Murillo, Crown.
All
Look at
right,
Murillo now.
our second
Crazy.
place car, number 43, Spring Motorsports Ford Murillo. Rookie season for him.
My second fight for the
I have
championship.
this weird thing with Murillo where whenever you say the name, I think, oh, midfield driver. But he's not. It's weird. There's something about him. There's something about him.
It's
I don't.
because of his start. I think it's because of his start. He exploded in the late game.
Might have judged him a bit too quickly.
Yeah.
But I just.
No, I want to be
DNF
honest.
in
I'm gonna be
Daytona
completely.
Road Course was. You could have called it a fluke. Las Vegas, he didn't come. Then he had some mid-pack finishes, and finally he started doing well after Charlotte.
Listen, the stats don't back it up. But I feel like if he gets promoted, he's not going to do that well. There's something about him. I have this in the back of my
No,
head.
he's.
Where
I
he gets promoted.
think he might be another case where it's like Parker, where he does really well in D2, but if you move him up to D1 too early, it's just not going to work out.
He's like just too good for D2, just too bad for D1. No, but I have this thing in the back of my head. There's something off about him. Can't quite put my finger on it. But he's good enough. He's fine. I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't see him making a run for the championship like I see Fake Boy and Fox make. Even though he's above them, I just don't see it. There's something that it's weird. I couldn't tell you why.
The reason why you think like that is because Fake had a 4-race break, while Murillo only missed 1.
Yeah, you see, he's got this 2, 3. He's got a few DNFs in there, a few wins. No, the stats. It's not logical, Cry. It's not logical how I feel. It's like a primal kind of thing in the back of my head which says he's not there.
If Fox didn't get suspended and if Fake Boy didn't had that 2-week break, I think they would have been closer than Murillo.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what?
That's Murillo and how I hate him for no reason. I hate him for no reason. I don't know why. I don't hate him.
Who?
I don't hate Murillo. That's a poor choice of words.
I hate Murillo.
I have weird thoughts on Murillo. Strange. It's like my thoughts about Pierre Gasly.
Do you feel like he doesn't deserve it?
No. Well, look, he's got 2 poles. He's got right. He's got 5. He's got the most poles.
5.
He's got the most poles. Which should mean he has the best pace, but I just don't think he does. It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's not logical.
I will say when he does get a pole, he's usually he's off, you know.
Well, his last 3 poles have been first, third, and first. So
yeah.
So over half of his poles have been podiums.
And I'm pretty sure those 2 other poles are top 5s.
Yes.
Maybe I have it. Good pace, bad racecraft. If he can get in the lead pack and stay there, he's good. If he falls back, he finds it really hard to get back.
I
to the lead
think
pack.
he's
That might be it.
definitely one of those drivers who. Yeah, I think I agree with your case there. He's one of those drivers where he'll do really well as long as he has like clean air and he's in the lead, just
Yeah,
away from an
I
issue.
think that's right. I think that's correct.
I think Charlotte was like the only case where he wait, okay. He has 3 wins, right? Yeah.
He's like Leclerc.
He has 3 wins. The first one came at Charlotte. Charlotte, he really had to defend. It was an overtime restart. He had to defend Wiggle and like all the oncoming cars. Did well there.
Murillo is the Charles Leclerc of D2.
Nashville, he just kind of dominated that, and then Rockingham, Crown blew a tire on that on
Yeah,
the final corner.
I did the funny.
Murillo is the Charles Leclerc of D2. Really quick, but when things get a bit tough, he tends to not rise and he tends to fall away from the challenge. That's my final point. That's my final point on that.
All right.
All right,
So
let's
in
talk about
the
the
first
leader.
position, the 11 ESW Ford of Crown. 175
me.
points, 3 wins, 8 podiums, 10 top 5s, and 199 laps led on the season.
I've already first, if not first, second best D2 driver ever.
Second.
Ever? You're
Like-
trying to put yourself in that.
Yeah, ever. I checked all of the
He's put an
retired
all-time
drivers
conversation.
and stuff. I checked the retired drivers, and there's like nobody close to Beast in terms of wins. And then there's
Last season.
No, yeah, I
there's
think
people that have more top 5s, but they have like 0 wins.
Right. Here's my case. If you want to start this debate on who had a better season, Crown or Litman Nick?
Dano's
Nick.
also there, but Dano also didn't have too much competition. But he's a
Well,
lot better stats.
I
than
got
Crown.
unlucky at Las Vegas. I didn't know where the wall was, and I kind of
Listen,
bounced
Crown-
off it.
Crown is a deserving champion. That's all you need to say. He's a deserving champion.
What were you saying?
He's like Crown is a deserving champion. He's won. I'm not saying it's like a Mickey Championship if he wins it, which he probably will. He's got the race wins. It's all good. It's all fine.
I've got the top
I'd-
3s.
He's got the top 3s. He's
I-
good. He deserves a promotion. He's good. There's not much to talk about here, really. He's the best driver by a bit this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Daytona, I got unlucky with the qualifying. I didn't know what to do really. Daytona road course again. Nearly the entire pack ran out of fuel
Yeah,
because
bad
of NTR.
start. Yeah, bad start to the season, but really picked it up.
But
Yeah,
Daytona
yeah, he's
road
alright.
course was terrible as a race altogether. Everybody DNF'd.
I think that's just really
then-
unfortunate timing.
And then Las Vegas, I mean, I just
That
hit
happens.
the wall.
But that happens over the course of the season, you know.
I ate the wall and I spun out and I crashed and burned.
Yeah,
And,
Crown
and then
good.
I
I don't
started
think
winning.
I don't think we linger on Crown because he's just good. He's just good. He just does good almost every race in the front pack.
Consistent, good
Yeah.
top performer.
Phoenix.
If he goes to D1 next season, I don't think he's gonna, Lewis Hamilton 2007 D1. I don't see that happening. I feel like if he goes to D1, he'll be mid-pack D1.
I don't
the-
think I'll be. I think I'd make the chase.
That's mid-pack. That's after mid-pack makes the check. In my head, everyone below 4th is mid-pack. In my head, that's
If you're 13th,
kinda-
does that mean you're bottom?
no. I mean,
This
mid-pack is very
guy's
vague
a
in my
bottom.
head.
I'm sorry.
We're doing D. Let's go D1 now. The interesting division. No, it's not.
Okay.
D2 always more interesting.
D1. All
Can we
right.
skip to 18th? Honestly, Wait a
Okay,
minute,
so
can we
we're
skip
we're
the
gonna we're gonna skip all of the part-time drivers.
It's not on below then?
No, wait, we got S-Fire, but he
Oh, that's
isn't.
right.
We'll just do
We
a
talked
quick,
about all these guys.
yeah.
Anyone we've talked about in D2, we're going to talk about them again.
So
What happened to Rockingham? Hold on. I think I'm.
okay, so S-Fire, he was. It's not like he got signed late in the season. He was just not there for the beginning of the
Wasn't there, yeah.
season. He got pole at Talladega. He
But,
got
like,
second too, actually.
So did Ogie.
Wow, he got a
Oh,
pole
got
at
pole,
Talladega. That's crazy.
I know he
Ogie
got.
got pole Talladega.
Okay, the difference, the thing is, after getting pole, he still got second.
Oh, for D1, we have MRI stats for this. We got average points per race for D1 because I did it.
You did do
S5's
that.
got 9.5 average points per race, which is pretty good.
That is pretty good. He did only have
Pretty good.
2 starts, so
Yeah, small sample size does make that a bit less like important.
yeah. All right.
But
But if we're going by sample sizes, then I am leading.
yeah,
In
but
in 14th, the 99 MRI Ford Bois. So
run at
from what I
6.0.
from what I know, Bois had a mid-season injury that put him out of racing for a while.
Yeah, then he had like his arm broken or something.
Yeah,
He broke his
he had his wrist
It was-
broken in the
it was
beginning of the
wrist.
season, and then his back mid-season.
Yeah, his back. Yeah, there we go.
Injury riddled, routine.
Very, and then
He
he
got,
had
he,
that.
got, he got second. He got P2.
And then
How
he
did
had
he
that.
get 9 points a second? What?
Wait,
He got
that
the
is.
points up, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he got point deduction. That's why. Because
Oh.
Because
he fucking killed
It's-
Dark on the final
it's
lap.
definitely an off season for Bois.
Yeah,
It's an off season for Bois.
and then he had that Ogie sub for him at Rockingham and got disqualification.
Yes.
Illegal
yes.
subbing too. So the points were just
Yes.
nullified anyway.
Yeah, they just said, get out of here. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Off season for Bois.
Very.
Hey, look, it's Speng.
Ping.
Hello.
It's Speng and 12,
It's
and he exists.
9.4.
Okay.
Retired
We probably
Oh!
I feel like we
Oh!
should skip over.
Do not look in the fucking podcast channel.
Oh.
What's happening, Viking?
You
Kyle's
should
doing his
not-
video. He's got sunglasses on as well. He thinks he's cool.
What if I
Trying to get
just...
in the move.
He's
Trying to get in the
he's
move.
really looking
Trying to
at the
get in
camera.
I know.
This isn't a video, it's a photo. He is pinned to his monitor.
He's
Well,
doing
let's
a
just
driver's
pretend he's not there. We just pretend he's not there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Next
Okay,
up,
okay.
oh, it's Viking.
Next up,
Oh, no.
in 12th place, the number 14 Ford MRI
7.0.
car, Viking.
7.0.
49,
Right, 7.0.
49 points.
This guy.
More average points per race than Antelot.
Oh, there he goes. He's gone.
More, right. Listen, right. Can I put up a defense for Viking?
No.
No. Okay.
I sense.
Right. You two give your opinion first, then I'll give my take.
Mid.
Okay. In fact, any more
It's
to
a
elaborate?
definition of mid. 8 points, 7 points, 8
Yeah,
points,
I can't
6,
lie.
10,
This is
6.
This is kind of
No
let's,
podiums.
I want to look at your season 1 performance in D1.
You didn't even get like any.
You're doing better than D1. You got 66 points last season.
You only got stage points
I mean,
from
season one.
Talladega, and there is no poles.
No, wait, no, you're not. You're not doing better. I'm sorry. I misread. You're at 60. Okay, you were at 66 points, 2 top 5s over 9 starts in season 1 in D1. Currently, you have 2 less starts, 2 less top 5s, and 617.
That's a nice way of saying 0.
Yeah.
Being harassed.
Yeah, you have 0 top 5s. You are literally not special. The
I-
definition of a mid pack.
Yeah. Eh. Right. It's time for Vikings take. Right. Listen. So basically, we know. We know. So that's why we made a change. Changes in the air, people with Viking. Drastic changes happening with the way I'm row racing in general. We're making the switch to keyboard. It's shown early signs of promise with the Talladega race, but I would have put that on a controller anyway.
Crap.
Indy's the real test to see if this new mindset is going to work.
Another
Indy's the real
super
test.
speedway track. Indy's the test.
Indy's different because Indy is not flat out. Indy's more of a test, and the chase a test. But kind of, I think I've done enough to not lose the license because there are like 10 drivers below me, and he's not going to take away 11 licenses.
Well, 6 drivers are.
I understand this. I feel like I've done enough to keep the license. I feel like I've done enough to keep the license.
8 drivers are part timers, Viking.
Yeah, I feel I've
Personally-
done enough to keep. I've done enough to keep the license. If I don't keep the license, then I feel like keyboard in hand is going to be a good season. And listen, I'm on the borderline where I could keep the license, it could be taken away. I'm on that kind of cusp where it's not obvious one way or the other. If I stay in D1, I'll improve next season because of the keyboard. If I go down to D2, we'll see what happens.
Mhm. Well,
We'll see what happens. I feel like long term that could be good for me because when I'm getting up to grips with a new style of racing in D2 could let me learn faster. But I obviously want to stay in D1. That's how I operate. I want to say I have a better average points per race than Parker and Raptors.
I think 2 out of 3 of
And
those
what?
are impressive. Or not really, actually. I think. No, never mind. That's okay. That's all right. Good for you, buddy.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Your
Driving
bus
with one
finished
hand.
at
I've been driving with like one hand behind my back because of
Yes.
the controller, and I've been very hesitant to switch. We made the switch, and we're looking to see how it works. If you assume I've been
And-
driving with one hand behind my back, basically, for the entire season with the controller, it's my fault. But move on. Let's move on. Talk about
All right. In
Oh, hey, look,
11th
Parker.
position, the 20 Man Motorsports Toyota Parker. I'm gonna get straight to the point. I think he's a bust.
Yeah.
He was definitely moved up from D2 too early. He's
Well, at the same time, there's only like 14 real drivers
Yeah.
in D1. Like, also let's talk about Manta in 7th and Raptors in 8th briefly. That's interesting.
We get to them. When we get to them, we're on Nebulon next.
I know, but like, check that image for a second and just look at it.
all right. What are his results on the?
Nebulon's got. I would. You're gonna tell me Nebulon was part time, and I wouldn't have objected to that.
Viking,
fucking-
you're dying.
You're
Yeah,
dying on my end.
You're lagging.
Both of you are
Yeah.
dying on my end, so it's probably me then.
Yeah, it is you.
So Parker got a pull at Martinsville, and it has some good race. It had a good, decent race there, and at
Yeah.
Oh,
Daytona.
he's middle like Viking.
But that's really it. Yeah.
Alright, buddy. Alright,
He
buddy.
had
He
had
had
better
two.
finishes.
He had two above average races, but it's just been mid pack for the most part.
Yep. He's been playing with Viking. actually avoiding him. He's been actively avoiding Viking.
Yeah,
Every
he
time
fucking
Parker
does.
races,
Fucking
Viking doesn't race.
Yeah,
They
Oh yeah.
They only raced with each other twice.
They literally had, yeah, the only times they raced was
Give me a second.
Vegas and Talladega.
I'll be back in 1 second.
What is stopping them
back in
from
1
being
second.
the same person? And
Parker is actually just his
when have you
alternative
when have you
fucking.
ever seen Parker and Viking in the same room together?
Yeah, you never saw them at the same place. It's his alternative ego.
This is a long episode for sure.
That's why they hate each other.
Uh-huh.
Right, so Nebulon's a good driver.
Yeah,
I don't know
Nebulon.
why he's failing
I don't
like
think
that.
I
He
just don't.
shouldn't be.
Let's see where he is.
We're talking about the Cup Series standings drivers.
I think he's just. I'm not too sure. He was up there in New Hampshire. He made his mistake and self-spawn. Still got a fourth place finish though. Nashville, he was top five, mostly just top five finishes. Can't make the top three. He got third at Martinsville.
Yeah.
That's really it though. Lots of top fives. Sort of just again.
I think we definitely
above
thought
average.
he could do better.
Yeah, he's. I feel like he's definitely a better driver, but it's fine.
And in ninth, we have Antelol, the definition of mid, right with Viking and Parker, just with more races to show.
Okay.
12 points again, best finish right there with Parker. The difference is he entered every race, DNF'd only twice.
I will say, and most of the community actually is aware of this. He's just incredibly unlucky. Crown.
Antelol.
Yeah.
And I'm saying he's middle.
Yeah.
Spring, you messed up the chase
Yeah, I know. Did I?
and numbers of positions.
Yeah, I know I messed up the numbers of positions. I don't know about the chase.
You did mess up the chase. Look, Antolo is -6 while Manta is above 3.
That's pretty weird. I'll fix that.
It
Don't
was
worry.
Nebulon.
Don't worry. I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
I know you will, because I teached you how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Antolo, definition of a mid-pack driver, big fight with Viking, big story with Viking. MRI versus Marlboro, huge rivalry. And both of them are usually fighting each other on for 9th or 8th. Let's go to 8th. Manta.
8th place. All right.
27 car.
First driver in the chase. 3 points above the cut line. 1 win. 3 podiums. That's really odd.
It's a chase appearance.
Yeah. I don't know how confident I am he'll keep it.
No, you're like muffling out.
I am. I am. Crown.
Yeah,
I'm muffling up.
I can't hear you.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Or is that good? Is that better?
Yup.
Okay, I think it's just because I got really tired because like Viking
You got
usually.
really tired. It's 4:30 a.m. for me.
All right, yeah, of course. Why? I don't know why I'm EP. It's okay. Anyway.
EP,
But
you're
we
tired.
also did just lose Viking, so he'll be back. But
True.
I he definitely did carry a sort of sense of energy.
Yeah, we both really lack in that department.
Yeah. Uh, well, so what? Manta, 87 points, 3 points above the cut line. I don't know if he'll keep it. He had a good points day at Talladega, but that was mostly due to a sub. Phoenix, the two Phoenix races, he's been doing well there. That's really okay. So I know he's really good at Darlington. Phoenix, he's shown that he could do well at. Everywhere else, he's just kind of been mid pack.
I Yeah, I mean I agree. It definitely shows on points. 875, two DNFs, then again 712.
Yeah,
It's been middle of the pack, but also some brief showcases of speed, especially on Phoenix. I think he could do well on short tracks,
yeah. He definitely seems like a short track guy.
just like me.
So I don't think he'll do too well at Toronto, despite his one win, which I will say was really lucky after like three overtimes. Indianapolis, I'm not too sure about. I don't know how we'll do there. Again, Indy. If it does come down to Indy, it'll be an interesting fight for that last spot. All right, in seventh position,
Seventh,
we have the 31 unfamous Chevrolet of Raptors.
correct.
He's gone winless so far in this season, which is
Yep, he never had a win.
so every single season he's averaged, if I can find it. So he started his cup season and his cup career in season 2. He got 3 wins
Mhm.
with Mana, and he got another 4 to 3 wins with. He got 3 wins with Unfamous the season after. So he's averaging like 3 wins per season, which is it's pretty well. But
Maybe he's
he's winless
saving
so
up
far.
for the maybe he's saving up for the chase.
Maybe he has two podiums, 5 top 5s, 39 laps led on the season, second lowest in the top 8 of drivers. Let's see.
He
Let's see.
just needs to he just needs to keep showing up
Yeah,
and finishing like top fives.
he's been consistently top 5 ish. Had a bad, unfortunate, not even like a bad day. He just got racked out on the final lap at Talladega, but he had a top 5 at Rockingham, top 5 at Darlington, lagged behind at Milwaukee and Pocono. Same with Charlotte, but he's there sometimes.
Yeah,
So
yeah. He's in the chase. I think he can make it.
he's 6 points
He just
above. I don't know how well he'll do at.
yeah, he is 6 points above.
I think he might do well at Toronto. He has a good history at Daytona Road Course. I'm not too sure about Toronto. I'll have to check that. Let's
It's
see.
a road course. It's some at least some experience travel.
Yeah,
And then especially D1 has way more time to practice than D2.
yeah, that too. Yeah, he got
So
a
yeah,
podium at
Raptors.
he had a podium at Toronto season 2, and then a 6th place finish at Toronto season 3. That could possibly be because of pit strategy. So I think he'll have a chance at Toronto.
Maybe this is where he first gets his first win, Toronto.
Maybe
It's very possible. He's a good driver at road courses after all. Well, in sixth, now in
the
the number
number
eight,
8 on famous Chevrolet Galaxel, also
Our
winless.
previous champion.
Yeah, our defending champion also winless.
He's a race ahead, so he shouldn't be bothered.
I think Galaxel will make it in. So like D2, it'll be between seventh and eighth place for the final chase spot.
Yup.
Huh.
But this
So
time it's only until Nebulon that is in the fight
yeah.
get into the chase.
So I know this was sort of like last season with Galaxel. I know his strong point is the chase. He performs really well there. He is still winless though, which is a sort of something to notice. He's still winless. What if I have to check? Only two podiums on the season. Charlotte, a second place finish, and third place finish at Las Vegas. I think
Yeah,
Charlotte, it was off fuel pit strategy. Same with Vegas.
pretty sure.
Talladega, Rockingham, two DNFs the last two races.
Where
Otherwise,
did
he's
the
like,
DNF?
huh?
Where did the Pios's DNF go? Because I remember she ran out of fuel on the last lap, but it's
Oh, at
nowhere to be
Charlotte.
seen.
At Charlotte, she ran out. I forgot to put that
Yeah,
on. Still a good points day for her though, because she finished.
yeah, because everybody was lapped.
Yeah, so I'll add that. Besides the Pios thing, Galaxel, um, well, it is Toronto. This is his home track. Do you think he could get the win there?
Toronto, I mean, it all depends. His Daytona road course, I think that's a top five at Daytona
Yeah,
road course.
top five.
He could do well.
He's. I'm pretty sure he. There have been a total of four Toronto races ran in DRA. I'm pretty
I
confident
think
he has won all of them except the season two Cup race.
I think he can. I think he has a bigger chance winning at Indy.
Maybe he did. He ran out of
I don't
fuel
know.
there
I
last
I
season.
look at him more as an intermediate merchant.
I mean, he's fairly good at road courses. I think, like Raptors, I think Unfamous in general is going to be a big threat at Toronto.
Yeah. In fifth.
Fifth place, uh, 45 Red Bull Smith Sport Toyota of Dyno, one of our three rookies on the season.
Yeah.
So,
And
got his first win at Pocono, two podiums, five top fives, and three stage wins. 156 laps led on the season, which is really good for a rookie. That is the second most of any full time driver in D1. So I think he had a relatively strong start to the season. I think he definitely did well middle of the season. So DNF at Daytona, um, like just outside the top five at Daytona Road Course. Vegas, he got wrecked on the final lap, which was really unfortunate. He got both poles at Phoenix. Finished with good stage points, top five finishes for both of those.
definitely.
Martinsville, he sort of lagged behind. I do not think. Yeah, I don't know what happened at Martinsville. Charlotte, he did pretty good. That was a top five finish. He won at Pocono. That was a close one. He was pretty decent there. Lots of good points for him. Nearly max
Nearly at
points.
max
Yeah,
points. Yeah, only Paul.
only pole. Milwaukee, he got second, only losing to Pios. So those are both really good finishes. Nashville, good points finish. And then that's sort of where it ends for him. He got a
Yeah,
DSQ at New Hampshire. I think that was a substitute that caused that. Then he didn't show up for Darlington,
perhaps.
and then didn't have a really good day at Talladega, and did not show to Rockingham.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
assuming I do think he's one of our top drivers. He's doing really well. He just
I think
is.
he can be top 4. I
Yeah,
think he can beat Dark.
I think if he's active in the chase, he'll have a good. He'll give the the leaders a good run for their money.
Definitely, definitely.
And this
He's very fast at intermediates.
yeah, defending five series champion. So he's in a battle for rookie of the season between Dark, who's in fourth. So
Yep.
we'll move on to the 19 driver of Newcom for Toyota. 142 points, and he's had a pretty good season actually. 3 wins,
3
which is
wins.
3 wins on the season so far. I think a total of 6 podiums. 3 wins, 6 podiums, and 8 top 5s.
A very good
He,
season for Dark.
yeah, slow start to the season, but once midway, he really got it going. So
I did expect that from him. I
VRA,
knew he would at least get into the chase.
yeah, which is a really good because during his first few starts last season, it was just all DNF. So it's really to see him bounce back like this is it's cool. I think he tied for second most wins. Sort of okay. I'd argue that his Rockingham win was a little nicky, but I think it definitely should have been Piles. But that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess, after mishap by Ogi subbing for Blow illegally. It's all unfortunate for the 41 car. Dark, pretty solid season so far.
Yep. Only
Gonna
2
be
races to go.
gonna be a good rookie for the season battle. All right, now our top three. In third,
We've
the
got
41
the before
Epsilon.
mentioned.
Huh? Oh, the
The
yes,
before mentioned.
Pios for Epsilon Motorsports new team. She's doing really well so far.
The best strategist with her fuel and tire strategy. One of the goats.
hmm Definitely a championship contender. 3 wins.
Even I think she's a contender for the normal season. Still, 12 points. That's
Yeah, she
possible
is.
in 2 races.
So she got back-to-back wins at Milwaukee and Nashville. Milwaukee was a good strategy race, and Nashville was too actually. And then she also won at Las Vegas, which was a strategy race, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, all of them were
Yeah.
strategy.
Podium at New Hampshire and podium at Rockingham. Yeah, just solid point stays for her.
Yeah,
Constant,
top
good stage
fives nearly every
finishes.
time.
4 stage wins.
Oh, that's probably
146
some
laps led
stages.
on the season.
Huge numbers.
Yeah, really good for.
Very good season overall. Fight for the
I think I
championships
think what's
for the first place.
the main thing is her 11 top fives. I'm pretty sure her career total is like, let me see. For Pios, in her 50 Cup Series starts, she's only finished outside of the top 5 8 times.
That's that's something.
2 of which were DNFs. Um, that's really good for her. That's yeah, good
That's
stats.
pretty goddamn good. That's better than Tawa actually.
Yeah, Tawa and Paus are
And Tawa
usually
had more starts.
compared.
Pius is actually only 3 top 3s off to drawing Tawa's top 3.
Only a couple wins away too.
Yeah,
About 100 laps led behind.
and 15
Tawa's
stage wins.
yeah, Tawa's got that stage wins safe. So I don't think Pios has led the points all season, but she's really sneaking up there. She might steal it.
By the way, does D2 have a rookie of the year too?
Yeah,
I think I'm winning this.
you. It's definitely gonna be between. Um, well, it's only between you and Murillo. Ogie,
Yeah.
if Ogie gets in, then maybe him too. But it's gonna be
And
between you and
no,
Murillo.
he's getting like eighth. Let's be real.
Uh-huh. So second place, our season 2 Cup Series champion, V Tawa in the 42 Unfamous Chevrolet.
5
170,
wins.
177 points, 5 wins, 8 podiums, um, 5 stage wins, 121 laps led, and across
And
four.
still behind Litman Nick
Yes.
by
So
3 points.
let's talk about how. Sorry. He had a really strong start to the season.
Let's talk about Matt Kenseth and the year 2003. So,
Ooh.
Litman Nick, 1 win only, many podiums, many top fives,
Hey,
somehow ahead of Tawa.
we're not done with Tala here, Crown.
Well, it's about Litman Nick and Tawa. It's about both of them.
Okay. Um. So you can definitely tell how Tawa's season has been. Started the season 3 podiums, then a DSQ at Phoenix, a win at Phoenix right after that. Controversial win for that. Um, second at
Oh, and
Martinsville.
that's when you decided to retire.
Yes. Second at Martinsville after a late race join. DNF at Charlotte resulted in 4 points. I think at Charlotte was when it started going downhill for him.
Yeah,
Pocono, he
he
had like a
kinda
mid pack finish. Milwaukee, another mid pack finish. Nashville, Nashville,
terrible finish.
he had lots of lag and just finished 54 laps down.
Oh yeah, that race.
Surprised he kept it in. Um, New Hampshire, that was like a top 5 for him. And then good finish at
Back to
Darlington.
winning.
Yeah, back to winning. Good finish at Darlington. Finally got that 5th crown jewel. Collected all 5. A win at Talladega, which was mm, here there,
Which was nice.
and then a 3rd place finish at Rockingham after having to pit.
Yeah,
So, like I said, up and down. Sort of had a mid-season slump, but he looks like he's back in it.
definitely had a mid-season slump.
Yeah. Now looking to get that regular season championship.
Back from Litman Nick.
3 points away.
10 bonus points
10,
against 2.
10 bonus points so far. We'll see what other bonus points he'll get once the season is up.
Yep.
So,
And now we have
our final driver,
our leader.
the number 29 Spring Motorsports Ford, Litman Nick.
The Matt
180,
Kenseth
180
of
points, 1 win, 6 podiums, 9 top 5s, 8 stage wins, and a total of 234 laps led on the season.
and no mid-season slump, unlike Tawa. Only 3 one-offs
I think
and
he,
1 DNF.
yeah, Martinsville, he, yeah, he DNF from Martinsville. He had a late start to the season at Daytona, and then he really got it going the rest of the way.
This just shows how consistency is one of the most important things in racing.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're gonna win 5 times, because at the end of it, you can still finish behind a dude who's just won once, but was always there when it mattered, was always in the top fives, on the top threes, and never really lost any ground. It
Yep.
was just getting slowly chipped away, but when you had that bad finish, he always came back, and with a big hit too.
He's only leading by 3 points. I don't really know what you
It's
kind of
definitely in range.
summed it up pretty well for him. Just all consistency. Lots of
Yeah,
third place finishes. This past weekend he's finished fourth both times. So even though it's not a podium, it's still very solid.
yeah. If Tao and Pios are gonna have a bad race, then this is where Litmanek will definitely gain points on them. But if Tao and Pios don't have something bad happening to them, then I think he'll be finish third
We'll see how he does at Toronto. I'm not too. I know he
for
does well at
sure.
Daytona Road Course, which should translate over good to Toronto. Let me check last season.
Daytona
Last
Road Course, he got 6
Oh,
points.
he wasn't racing last season. Okay, so I'm not too sure his stats on Toronto D1.
On Daytona Road Course, he got 6 points. Not that great. It was one of his one-offs.
I think he no yeah Daytona Road Course he was up front and got wrecked on the final lap,
Oh, that's a shame.
and then he won the.
Hey, look, talking about Litman Nick,
Oh, he's here.
he's in the audience.
Hey, should we let him know for a little interview? It's very convenient how he shows up now. Hey, Lippman, you got us? You
I do.
Hey, points
Hi.
leader in
Hi.
D1. Oh, okay. How are you feeling so far coming into these next two races?
I'm pretty happy. I'm feeling pretty good. Like you were just saying, I've been easily the most consistent driver, I would think. But, and the thing about Toronto is, I'll be a top car, but I don't think I'll be the leading car. You can expect Gak to be leading 90% of the race should he show.
Mm-hmm. Galaxo's
I
strong
think
suit
he'll
is
show.
Toronto. Yeah. Well, unless
Uh,
Galaxo has some issue with DNFing again, then I'll be back.
yeah.
Last week he did DNF like both races last weekend. Yeah. Spring had to go into hiding, guys. So
Spring is he has a police raid.
oh, got it. Well,
Somebody joined for a second.
I forgot. I sponsored the Canada race. I need to do something silly to make fun of Gak with that. No,
What's a left turn?
um, but we do what we do every race.
The
Did you mean
fun
right turn?
race, the fun thing,
The fun
the team
thing?
standings,
Oh, team
Unfamous
standings.
Racing, Spring Motorsports, Epsilon Motorsport, big fight for first place. Two races
You
to
can.
go, only a 10-point gap between Spring and Unfamous, and a 12-point gap for Epsilon versus Unfamous. Then you guys can definitely get it.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, we have been a very strong team. I have been a very strong team. Antela has
Yeah,
done. Antela has been very unlucky. I'm not sure how many if he's contributed any points to the team standings this season.
he
Okay.
contributed 8.
I no, but you got to keep in mind Spring was
Hello.
racing the first little bit.
Oh,
He was
wait,
still
hold on.
racing.
He contributed.
Spring
Wait, what's
Absolutely nothing actually.
Spring
LMA.
got second at Daytona Road Course, and that's where the 8
Yup.
points came from.
Yup.
Every other race, I finished ahead of either Antwerp or Spring this season. So
No,
Spring has
Phoenix.
contributed. Yeah, was it? No, it was Daytona Road Course. Phoenix, I got second. He got third. And then Phoenix again. No, he got 7 up on Spring. Got contributed 7. I contributed 180. Ant has contributed 1.
Wow.
Something like
No, he
something like that.
contributed 2 at Talladega. He got 12.
Oh
You
yeah,
got
he
10.
did. Okay, yeah, he got some. Okay,
He
he's still
got
going on.
2 points.
No, but Spring Motorsports, it's been fun. I joined this team for 2 reasons. One, for good schemes, because he's really good at he has really good schemes every single season. And second off, to have teammates to race with me near the front. Like Unfamous. They were Unfamous last season. They won like 11 races straight.
14.
Jeez. Is that real? Hold on, I gotta
After
check.
the season, it was just all Infamous
In a row?
in a row. Let me see.
Dang.
This is why
I can check
VRA
that.
D1 needs a fucking refresh, bro. What
That's
the
why I'm
fuck?
here. Okay, so
You got 1 win.
yeah,
That is the only
Okay,
Spring
it was
Motorsport win, by the way.
10 in a
Oh,
row. There was 10 in a row, and then 14
6.
the whole season.
Okay, but you got to keep in mind, do we count the clash though from
No,
this season?
I'm not.
Okay, so then they had wait.
Well, NTR wasn't even
They had
on
12 wins.
Famous during the clash. He was racing his own
I'm not
thing.
counting that clash. I'm counting like season 4 clash,
Oh, season 4 clash.
because then they won the first 3 races, including the clash
Oh, the clash. I guess
at New
so.
Hampshire
I
Road
don't know.
Course. So in theory, they won 13 races
Well,
straight.
New Hampshire was just kind of a weird thing. That's how it was set up.
It was like last minute. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay. Palace and Manta were strong early on in the season. I don't know what happened to Manta. He just kind of fell off. Yeah, he almost went back to back, which I don't think he's ever done.
No.
But now he finished his winless streak. Now I think the biggest winless streak is Raptors. Yeah, Raptors. Wait, no, it'd be Antelope.
Yeah, it's Antelope.
So we're hoping
Yeah, Antelope.
changes. We're hoping that changes.
If you don't include Nebulon winning in season 1 and then
Or
not
Blow.
participating. Oh yeah, or
Or
Blow.
Blow.
I can't wait to get another win at Phoenix 3.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
I think we talked about everything.
Everything that's important to me, at least. I'm sure.
I guess so.
We've talked about everything that was important for us too.
Yeah.
That is true.
It was a nice hour and a half.
You talk about chase expectations in the chase.
We've been talking about every driver.
Yeah, we went through every driver individually.
Yeah, every driver. With
We're gonna
Viking,
have to edit this part out.
but then he left.
Yeah, we're gonna. I need you guys to tell me what he thought about me. Actually,
You're
just
gonna
have to
hear
watch
it.
the screen. I'm just gonna
You're gonna
watch.
hear it.
The McRib is.
You're gonna hear it on the fucking Springs channel in like Friday.
That is true.
On Friday?
That is true. Spring, give
Yeah,
me before access. Give me early access.
Exclusive access. I don't know if it will even send through Discord.
Yeah, the McRib is an audience. I'd like to say hello to the McRib.
Oh yeah, hello Ogie.
Hi Ogie.
I love his pronouns.
McRib is back.
The McRib is back, baby. Woo! Currently poor. I play basketball.
All right, I think that's everything. We'll
Yeah,
see how
that is everything.
we'll see how the next 2 races shake out and where everyone will start the chase.
We are maybe going to do the podcast. It all depends if I'm gonna be EP or tire, or
Yes.
Spring is gonna be EP or tire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that.
Sorry for interrupting.
No,
And
you're
it is
fine.
actually
It was good to be.
morning. Well, we all lack enthusiasm, so you got some for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Spring are not the perfect voices to do podcasts.
Or commentate, but it works. We had Viking here. He's definitely helpful. We might
Yeah,
have him on more often.
it was a good filler.
I can help out, but as
Yeah,
far as
we'll
getting
we'll,
edited
we'll
out,
have
right?
guests. It'll be Kron and I, and then a third guy.
A guest, special
Yeah.
guest,
Special guest. Like the first time we had
Raptors, but he
Raptors.
didn't talk.
Yeah, that was fine.
He never talked.
All right. Any last things we want to say before we conclude this?
I'm gonna win the
ESW
championship.
is the best D2
All
team.
right. Besides
Edit it out.
the false propaganda.
Yeah, stop
That
with
is
the
not
fake
false.
news.
I am 30 points
I'm
beat.
gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win another
He's
race.
gonna
this
win.
season. I'm gonna win. I don't know if I'll win
He's
another
gonna
race,
win.
but I'm gonna win something,
He's gonna
and it
win.
might be the championship.
The participation award is right there.
Yeah, that's not nice to say, especially because I'm also leading the standings.
You are Matt Kansas.
Well, that's good. Mackenzie's great. I like Mackenzie.
Yeah, I also like Matt Kansas.
Oh yeah, Cronox is winning a race this season. I don't know when.
He is.
Will I need to race. I need to race Indy so that way I can get revenge from. I need to. I need to make sure season 2 happens again, but specifically, Cronox crossing the line before me this time.
This time, Chrono will not hit your rear bumper and lose the race.
Oh my god, dude, he would have won. He sold so hard.
That sucks so bad. I remember watching that.
He pushed Woe, and so I had to try to make sure he wouldn't, and or that way Woe wouldn't get the run. So I tried to cut him off.
Yeah, that was.
Everyone important knows the story.
Yeah. All right, Crown, you wanna send us off?
I wanna thank all of the listeners for watching and listening to us. If you have come to this point, I especially want to thank you for listening this entire 1.5 hours. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's gonna be all from me and Spring
All right.
and two of our special guests.
Yep. All right.
Bye
Good morning.
bye.
Good morning, Crown.
Bye bye. Good morning, me. It's 5 a.m.
It is.